Hello, my book lovers. Thank you for joining me. As always, your presence is appreciated. So, let's go ahead and do what we came to do and get this book review. Okay, so today's book is called The Secret Woman by Sheila Williams. Okay, and that is the book cover. So let's go ahead and get into this book review. This story is about how three women bonded after a fateful yoga class over margaritas. They have one thing in common that bonds them. They have all lost their mothers. They have entered into what I have always called the motherless club. Granted, they didn't lose their mothers at the same phases of life, but the pain still remains. The three women are Elise, Deanna, aka DD, and Carmen. Deanna has two teenage daughters, a husband, and a sister that she is always on high alert with due to the sister's mental health diagnosis. Elise is an older woman with adult children. Carmen is a career woman with no children and one ex-husband. These ladies have gone about their daily lives and procrastinated about handling the artifacts their deceased mothers have left behind. This is a daunting task none of the ladies want to tackle. However, a bright idea to support and assist one another in this very complicated and emotional task has been hatched over margaritas. I will let you read the book to find out how that unfolds. I will say the ladies have a very difficult road ahead of them. This task will bring up emotions that haven't necessarily been assessed or dealt with. They find themselves looking back in the past and reliving parts of their lives through, their memories. They have to cipher through their emotions and the tangible stuff left behind. I did feel like the author didn't dive into the feelings of the ladies too much. I think the description of the grief was minimal. In my opinion. I think each lady's story could have developed a little bit more. The story gave you just enough to get the picture, but it didn't go deep with it. It didn't go as deep as it could have gone. The story brings up some good topics. If you've lost a mother, finding others that have gone through similar experience can be therapeutic. It can be therapeutic. Having a support system to help you through those times where the emotions kind of creep up on you, Mother's Day, Father's Day, holidays, birthdays, monumental occasions, having someone to talk to that can relate to what you may be feeling is essential. It just helps you get through those moments. And having someone that has had the experience of losing a parent can identify with some of those feelings a lot better than someone that hasn't gone through it. Not saying the person that hasn't gone through it can't be of support or helpful, but it resonates differently, in my opinion, when the person has gone through it. They have a deeper understanding of what you're feeling and what you're going through. I will say that I have too often heard people say, "Aren't you over it yet?" No. You are never over losing a piece of yourself. A parent is a part of you, literally. And so I would just ask that people be a little bit kinder to those that have lost their parents and grieve at probably the most inconvenient of times. But let them have their moment. Let them go through that, and it never goes away. It could be the loss could have occurred 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, a month ago. It's a loss that is deeply rooted. And asking them, "Why aren't you over this yet?" is deeply inconsiderate. And so I just hope that you guys will take that under consideration. If you happen to be one of those people that feel like, "Ugh, again, ugh, like she should be over this by now," or "he should be over this by now." No. A person will never be over it. They will find, hopefully, better ways to deal with the sorrow, the grief, and the sadness. But even the person that is going through those emotions probably feel the same way. Like, "Man, I thought I was okay," and then it just pops up at the most inconvenient times sometimes. So having someone to talk to that has gone through a similar experience is very helpful, hopefully. So if you couldn't tell, I am a member of the Motherless Club. I became a member at a very young age, so I know what I'm talking about here just a little bit, people. But this story also touches on mental illness and how it can run in the family gene pool. There's stress and fear that an illness, mental or otherwise, might be passed down to your child is very real. And it does touch on that a little bit in this story. It can also bring up the topic of perception of the past. As a child, you see things one way and have feelings develop because of your perception at that time. Then as an adult, you look back, and because you've lived life a little bit, your perception and feelings could be altered. It also brings the topic of passing down stories and information about the deceased loved ones being pretty crucial. It's the history of the family. It sheds light on where a person comes from. And as difficult as those conversations may be, they are necessary for the next generation. This was a great read. I did walk away wondering what the next phase of these ladies' lives would be like. So it did kind of leave me like, oh, well, what's next for these people? I'll let you read the book to see how these ladies bonded, what the outcome of their hatched plan is. I will let you read the book to see really what these ladies' journey looked like. So all in all, it is a good read. I give it a 5 out of 5. So click like, click share, tell a friend. If you've read the book, comment your thoughts. I'd like to know what you thought about this book. And until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.